Hi, welcome to episode 3 of my guitar porn series. As always, if you're not a guitar geek, just scroll on. This is going to get really boring really quick. I'm going to show you an instrument that I built around 1980. This is a little bit earlier than the one that I showed you in episode 1. This is an 8-string bass built with an oversized Ibanez Iceman body. It's got a this pickup is a Gibson bass humbucker of some sort that I scrounged from somewhere, and the the tailpiece is my partner at the time, Art Adcock. His stepfather was a retired machinist, and I drew up the plans for this, and he made this out of a solid piece of brass that I brought him. It's buried into the body, probably a half-inch below that. The thought at the time was this massive piece of brass was going to improve sustain, and it does sustain pretty outrageously. It's got also a brass nut on it, and it's a through body construction. It's one big piece of maple from top to bottom, and the sides are made out of I think this is a Brazilian tiger wood, it was called. I bought it at Southern Lumber down in San Jose. I like this wooden cover for the electronics. There's I think this is I think it's a coil tap, as I recall. The truss rod is accessed at the bottom and the top. They didn't make, or that I knew of, truss rods that you could buy. So my truss rods at the time were made homemade from threaded rod with nuts on the end. And one other cool thing about it is you take the tube that you normally stick into an electric guitar where the sound comes out, and voila, the side markers light up. I had built LEDs into them, which is kind of cool on a dark stage at night. It's especially since I have no markers on the front of the thing. The 8-string is not a very versatile instrument, although it's probably more versatile than one would expect. I built it first with the idea that it would be like having a guitar player who was willing to play everything that I played exactly the way I was going to play it. It's kind of nice as a pick sort of bass instrument, and I strung this thing so that the opposite of the way the Hagstrom basses are, where the low string is on the I guess you'd call that the top, and the high string was below that. and I thought that, as I did a lot of this kind of 80s kind of 8th note pulsing sort of, and this allowed me to have the other note on top of it. Great for power trio kind of setup. Although it means you've got to play pretty flat-fingered in order to get both strings to hit the fret. And well, anyway, there you have it. There's the 8-string. This I played this with some regularity with Roy Loney towards 81, 82, and it's got a big neck on it. It's anyway. There you go, the Iceman 8-string bass. I will probably not be doing many more of these because I'm not a guitar collector. I don't have that many instruments. I'm just showing you the ones that I think are relatively interesting. And but I might do another one of these today, and we'll see how many more actually come. I'm glad you're enjoying these.